I quietly left my rude family, and no one noticed until it was too late. I grew up in a household where respect was expected, but rarely given. My parents weren't unkind in a way that people could easily point to. They provided food, a roof, and clothing. But emotionally, it always felt cold. They never listened unless I was in trouble. They didn't ask about my day. They didn't celebrate my small wins. Instead, they'd laugh at my interests, ignore my feelings, and constantly compare me to others. If I spoke up, I was told I was being difficult or too emotional, so I stopped speaking up. My older brother was always praised, even when he did the bare minimum. My younger sister was treated like she could do no wrong. Me? I felt like I was just in the way. No matter how hard I tried, I was either invisible or being criticized. When I turned 16, I got a part-time job at a local library. It became my safe place. The staff was kind, the environment was peaceful, and for the first time, I felt like I mattered. I started saving money quietly, not for anything big at first, just because it felt good to have something of my own. But eventually, I realized what I truly wanted: a new start. By the time I turned 18, I had applied to several colleges out of state. I didn't tell my parents. I already knew they wouldn't take it seriously or support me. When I got accepted, I cried. Not because they would be proud, they never even knew, but because I finally had a door open that I could walk through by myself. I spent my last year at home preparing. I saved up. I packed little by little. I stayed quiet and focused. I didn't want drama. I didn't want one final argument. I just wanted to leave in peace. The morning I moved out, I left a short note on the kitchen table. It simply said, "Thank you for everything. I've decided it's time for me to move forward with my life. I wish you all the best." I closed the door behind me and took a deep breath. It took them 2 full days to contact me, not to ask if I was okay, just to ask why I left the way I did, why I didn't say goodbye, why I didn't tell them anything. I told them the truth. I didn't leave to hurt anyone. I left because staying was hurting me. They didn't know what to say. And that was the last time we spoke in detail. That was over a year ago. Now, I live in a small dorm with kind roommates. I study what I love, work part-time at the college library, and have made new friends who actually listen when I speak. It's quiet, but it's a peaceful kind of quiet. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm becoming who I was meant to be. I don't know what the future holds between me and my family. Maybe someday we'll talk again, maybe not. But I'm proud of the step I took. I didn't make a big scene. I didn't shout. I didn't argue. I just quietly built a new beginning. And that's more than enough for me.